Okay, here we go. We're gonna stitch our sketchbook. This is the fancy stitch, and it's a 5-hole stitch, not the 4-hole basic 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we go. You've got string, you've got a pair of scissors, and you've got your needle in the Petri dish. Okay, first thing we're gonna do, oh, and let me talk about this. You've got a back cover, you've got all your paper, and you've got a front cover. Okay, this. Now your Graham Shaw drawing is going to be right here. Okay, now very carefully I'm going to just pull out my template, and if you forget and you sew with your template, it's okay, we can just cut it off. Okay, here we go. Take the thread, it has a little slice right here, and you just let it go and let it unravel. Okay, don't throw these away. You're going to put them back in the baggie in the container you got the thread, so I can rethread it. You got your Petri dish. There's a number on top, there's a number on the bottom, and there's a number on your felt. Take this out, put the felt back in the Petri dish, push this to the center of your table so it doesn't fall off and break my Petri dish. And now we're going to thread the needle. Now, if you've sewn before, you're going to want to go like this. And there's a whole bunch of little threads in embroidery thread, so don't do that. It'll be a pain in the neck. I pull it real tight around this and pinch it. So then I have a little tiny loop, and I take the eye of the needle and I just kind of rub it back and forth over the thread and pull it through. Now, if you've sewn before, you're going to be tempted to make a knot in your thread. Don't make a knot. Okay, here we go. First move, you're going to go through this second hole, but you're going to go anywhere in the middle of all this paper. It doesn't matter where. Okay, and I'm going to go down through the second hole from the right. Doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. And we're going to pull, 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 pull until we have a tail about halfway down the page. Okay, there we go. All right, my threads come out here. I'm going to pull it over the top. I'm going to go through this hole, and I'm going to close this off, right? I call this closing off. Now our thread's out the back, so I'm going to come down here to the end and go through this hole. And I'm going to pull. Okay, and I'm going to go up over the top and through the same hole again so I can close that off. And then go around the edge and through the same hole. Now, some kids forget that one, but we need to do that to this end and to this end. Okay, threads out on the side. We're going to start going back that way. We're going to go through this hole. We don't need to go over the top. We already did that. Okay, I'm going to come down to this next hole. And then I'm going to move my clip over a little bit because I need to go up and over the top. All right, I'm going to go up over the top, through the same hole, and close this one off. Okay, come down to the next one. Do the same thing. Come up over the top, through the same hole. Now our thread's out the back, and we're going to go down to the last hole. And we're going to do the same thing we did the other one. We're going to go up over the top, through the hole, around, whoops. Notice if your thread starts doubling, just pull it and make this a little shorter. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing I did down here and go around the edge and through the hole. Okay, now this part is where we don't go here. We're gonna go ahead and go down to this one because this is the fancy stitch. Go through. Okay, we're out on the back. We're gonna go down to this one. Okay, so we've closed off this part. And then we come back and go through this one. And when you're watching this video, if you watch the video, you can stop at any time. Now we're out the back, and we're gonna go down here, and that will close off that last bit. Okay, now we're back where we started before we started doing these stitches. Go to this one. Okay, and then we're gonna go here, and that will finish the back. Notice we went over the top and the side on each one. We can take this off now. Okay, our last move is to here. So before you put your needle in there, you need to go through and find the tail. And I just start doing this, and usually it will stop where that tail is. There it is. Okay, I fold this back. And then you are gonna go through this hole and meet in the middle. And this one kind of is difficult because this is farther up than this. So I kind of push my index finger up in there to give it a little space to meet in the middle. There we go. Grab your needle. Maybe I gotta push it through a little more. There we go. Pull tight, make sure everything's nice and tight. Okay? And then take your needle off, because before you tie this off, someone may be waiting for the needle. So put it back in the felt, and I usually try to find the holes that are already there, because pushing a new hole through is sometimes hard. Put it in the Petri dish and say, hey, needle's ready to go. Or go up and cross your name off. Then come back, and we're gonna tie this off. If you've ever tied shoes, we're gonna do that first move where you cross and go through. And you're gonna do that 4 times. And I'm gonna pull so that it's making the knot up inside. And I'm gonna do it 4 times. So this is number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, and then I've got a pair of scissors here. You may have to share scissors. And then I trim, but don't trim all the way up there. Give it 2 or 3 inches. Trim it, throw this away, not on the floor, not back in the thread box. And then I always tuck my threads up into the seam so that when I'm drawing, I don't get little bumps where the thread is under the paper. Just stuff it up there. There we go. Okay, and voila, you have your sketchbook, okay? Remember, you will have your Gramshaw drawings right here. There we go. All done. Kabam.